Hi, this is Jean, and I want to show you the wall hanging I made for the mother of a friend of my daughter's who recently had a baby. He's about 2 months old, I guess, and his nursery is decorated in very unconventional baby colors, and my daughter was pretty much standing over my shoulder making sure I didn't use anything that was even related to a pastel, but it's tied together. Well, I used the the Cosmo Cricut cardboard sets or chipboard sets. So they look sort of like this. They're matte, and they have the silver hole in them with the eyelet, but I wanted it to be a little more of an antique kind, so I just punched my own holes. Pardon my arm. Punched my own holes with a crocodile, and then put the eyelets in each corner. But it's actually being held together with the ribbon, which is on the back of everything. So let me kind of go through each part of it and let you see what's going on with it. Wow, let me start off the chair. His colors in his nursery are pretty much these. This is a paper. It's a Rusty Pickle. It's holiday stripe. And these are pretty much the colors, and so we went with this as a guide. This is kind of the base of it, and then added some other colors that I'll kind of go through as I go along. But let me see what's going on with this. Okay, here's the first one. We used a picture. I simply did a matte that's kind of a cranberry color, and I just matted the picture. I've got the green, which is this green dot right here, comes from this Pop Fashion collection from Pink Paisley, which if my daughter saw this, she would just have a roaring fit, but I won't tell her that. So don't tell her now. So this is the green that we used, and so it's in several of the pieces. And then I used a border punch just to make the little holes, and then decorated with buttons here and there just to kind of take up the empty space on the end. The second one is I've used the same green paper. This one we used his footprints. She used some ink to do his footprints, which he was not a happy camper with having wet ink on the bottom of his feet, so it was a little strained, but there they are anyway. So we made a butterfly out of it. I used buttons and some cording to as the antenna, and then the different sizes of the butterfly or the buttons to accentuate or make the body of the butterfly. And then here's his wings, and then also I used in 2 sizes of buttons here to carry out this page. Again, I used the border punch, and I used the ribbon, the same ribbon that I used to tie it together underneath the edges, so that you could see where the border is. The third one is pictures again. This one I used the die cut. That is the film strip. It's a picture of him and the picture of my daughter holding him. And then I used another strip. Just this comes from the same basic background paper that we started with. This green is this, and I just am not. I think it is. K & Company. I'm not swearing to that, but I think it is. And so that's what I used for the background of this. And then I used just a little G, a chipboard shape that's, can you see the G? That I've had forever, and I'm not even sure where it came from, but it worked perfectly on this. And I backed the film strip piece with another part of the strip paper so it wouldn't just leave the holes. I thought it kind of made it a little bit, it kind of tied it all together a little more. And then the last piece is his name, and his name is Gage. And I used, on this one, I used another kind of the chipboard shapes, the same Cosmo Cricut, but I cut off the ends. And when I cut off the ends of it, it made it into a rectangle. Well, I was going to tell you. Anyway, I used the corner punch that is now just seems to have disappeared. Oh, here it is. Sorry. Just talk amongst yourselves while I find it. Here it is. This is the corner punch. This is the one that's the corner chomper which is the scallop and the cloud, and I used the scallop on this one. I used it both to do the edges of the chipboard and to do the edges of the paper. And this striped paper, which I've used a couple of times, is from the Figgy Pudding collection from Basic Gray. And so I used this as the background on this one. Then again, we've got the green, which is the back of another page somewhere this back of the something's green. And then the ribbon again, and then this yellow stripe down the middle is simply a stripe from this one. I just cut a yellow stripe from the edge of this and put it down the middle. The letters are thickers. Everything is far away here. The letters are thickers, and they're very shiny, aren't they? They're sprinkles, and they're vinyl. And they're white vinyl, which is not exactly the look we were going through. So I used StazOn and colored them, and you can kind of see that that's what I did. I got to clean my mat, but that's what that is. So that works from there, and that worked really well. And then these little star-looking things are just other shapes that were on the thicker sheet. And then, the other thing I did was on each of the pages, the sheet here that has a little cutout, I simply used the little bitty, I guess what's this, 1/2 inch round punch to make little divots in the corner there. So that's pretty much the way it is, and I'm really pleased with it. The only thing I've realized that I was hanging it up, and I realized that the bow is not exactly in the middle, so I've got to retie the bow. But besides that, I think it looks good. And so it's exactly the colors of his room, and I think it's going to look beautifully. She's going to give it to him. She's going to give him to tomorrow, so I had to get this done today. But anyway, there it is, and I hope you like it. I'm pretty proud of it. Thanks. Bye-bye.